In international news, Russia has claimed resounding victories in referendums held in occupied provinces of eastern Ukraine, setting the stage for annexation. According to local election commissions, more than 87 to 99% of the voters supported joining the Russian Federation. The US and the West have called the results of the vote a sham. Sanjay Suri, our colleague, reports from Kyiv at an exhibition where captured Russian tanks are on display.
The picture of the tanks here tells a particular story. By very reliable indications, more than 2,000 Russian tanks have been destroyed. The Dutch group Oryx has done a count. It has made its methodology transparent. It only lists and documents every single case of a tank having been destroyed. Every number is backed by and supported by photographic or video evidence. That number, of course, keeps changing because the confrontation continues. But according to the latest, about 2,000 Russian tanks have been destroyed. Russia itself has admitted to the destruction of about 1,000 of its tanks. That is an indication just how extensive and how close this confrontation has been. But there is another dimension. These are tanks that were destroyed, and these carcasses have been brought here as display. But in the latest engagement in Kharkiv, where Russian forces withdrew, a lot of Russian tanks were left behind. They have been seized, and these are reported to include very advanced T-80 and T-90 tanks. And military experts believe that many of these can and will now be used by the Ukrainian military back against the Russians.
Well, that is our colleague Sanjay Suri there reporting from Kyiv. Now, back home, e-commerce platforms have started the festive season on a strong footing, and that's as per a Redseer report. E-commerce majors have clocked sales worth over 24,000 crore rupees in 4 days. Shilpa joins us now with more. Shilpa.
Well, the festive favor is off to a strong start this year, and this is evidenced in the first 4 days of the sales across Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho, Myntra and the likes. Now, data from Redseer indicates that e-commerce platforms clocked sales of 24.5 thousand crore rupees in just the first 4 days of the sales, taking the daily average gross merchandise value to 5.4 times of the business as usual days. And this is because around 55 million people shopped online. And what were they buying? Data says mobiles and fashion mainly. That's what drove sales. In fact, nearly 70 lakh mobiles worth around 11,000 crore was sold, and that's about 1,100 mobile phones sold each minute. And this was largely driven by the premium smartphones and upgrade offers that were there. Now, in fashion too, about 5,500 crore worth of fashion was sold. And remember, these are the numbers that have just the first 4 days of the sales that is actually going on for a whole week. And Redseer had predicted that a GMV of 41,000 crore would be clocked from the sales through the week. And it says that the trends show that we are on track to hit this number. And more growth is expected in the subsequent sales that will come up until Diwali. Back to you.
All right, Shilpa, many thanks for joining us. With that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Business 360. Thanks very much for watching. Do stay tuned to CNBC TV 18. More news coming up.